Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memphis Matters. On today, we have none other than Thaddeus Matthews. We call him the Cousin Pastor, but there's so much more to Thaddeus Matthews than a lot of us know. So sit tight. And as I always say, Memphis Matters, you matter. We all matter. And my guest today, the one and only Mr. Thaddeus Matthews. How you doing today, Thaddeus?
Darling, I am marvelous. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, I read your book, The Cussing Pastor. That was heavy. And you know it was heavy. So, BS from the pulpit. Tell me about that. What does that really mean? What were you trying to say?
Pulpit from the pulpit initiates from my many years in the ministry, probably about 16 years old, pastoring, being around preachers, being in the inner circle, that there is so much that goes on in the church that's not real, that's not godly, uh, that's fake, that's phony, that's greedy, that's pretentious, that's theatric. And I just speak on it. I've seen it all. I've been a part of some of it, and I just grew weary of it. I left the pulpit for about 6, 7, 8 years. I left the church. And the only thing that really got me back in church was prior to my mom's death. Uh, she said, "Boy, you need to get back in church." And I really didn't take it to heart at first, but she kept on saying it. And that was no church I really wanted to be a part of. I mean, I didn't want to be around these local jokers. Uh, excuse me, Dave. I didn't want to be a part of it. They didn't want to be a part of me, okay, because of uh, the talk shows that I did, the exposés that I did. So that was a fear of being around me because I would know their personal dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I went to visit a church here in Memphis. Well, what brought me to that church was a gathering of Black men here in the city to talk about crime and talk about our young men. I was with the mosque, the Nation of Islam, and the only Black pastor that was not a part of the mosque that was there was uh, Pastor Ricky Floyd. And I went to hear him a couple of times that I joined the church. I was there for about 3, 4 years and never missed maybe twice. And it was due to my being out of town and couldn't get back.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I came back to the church. I didn't do anything there. I didn't do no speaking or anything at the church. I paid good, but I I didn't do. He never called me up or anything, and we're good friends. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but I understand that local preachers have a fear of what I say because hell, you ain't got no control over what I say. You know, you can't tell me what I can say, or if you tell me what you don't want me to say, I don't want to be there because I'm not going to be censored. But I went off on my own right after my mom's death. I organized the Truth, Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, and the rest is history. I became the cussing pastor on December the 17th and 19th. Quite by accident. It was nothing that I intended to do. I was doing uh, a Saturday show. I was in my office. I was dealing with the share a right situation. I had just raised about
Mm.
$6,000 to give a mom who was crying broke at that particular time, crying broke at that particular time. After I gave her the $6,000, I stopped being able to hear from Cheryl Wright's mom. But I
Really?
was going in. I was just going off. I did about 3 hour Facebook Live, and I cussed. And there was 3 minutes of cussing in that 3 to 4 hours. One of my enemies, one of my haters, edited that part out of the 3 hours and put it on social media. I didn't know it. They put it on social media. This was a Saturday. By Monday, it had 1.3 million views. It went viral. It's super viral at this point. And whoever that enemy is, I would love to buy them a steak dinner with a bottle of champagne somewhere. It has opened a lot of doors. But that's where we are on that, Delia.
Awesome. Well, I was watching what you were doing with that Cheryl Wright case. That's a sad situation. But moving right along, ah, loving to ain't easy to do. Can you talk to me about that, sir?
What do you want to know about that?
Uh-oh. I don't want to know
You
no
know,
more than
now, I do the same thing too. So you have to ask me what you want to know.
how did
Because
what
it there's so much that I could say about that. So tell me what you want to know.
why two? How did you marry? Okay. Let me re-put this. I wouldn't have never thought that there was someone other than the lady that was working with you, and then Melanie appeared. What happened?
When you say what happened,
Okay, don't get me. Don't get me, because I'm gonna confess right here, because I know who I'm talking to. My friend. I can't remember the other lady's name.
I'm not gonna give you a hard time. Anybody else asks me some questions like this, they gotta deal with who I am.
Okay, well, help me out just a little bit, because you are the boss in radio, So let me ask you this. What was the lady's name who was working side by side with you when you...
That was Dale. That was Dale.
Dale.
I married Dale.
Okay. No one, not even me, thought that there was anything going on with you and Dale. It just seemed like you all were a great team.
And it wasn't supposed to. Okay. Dale was very great for what I do. Dale traveled with me. She handled the church business. She handled the TV business. She handled the social media business. But there was romance between us. So, but it wasn't something that you front, because I don't kiss and tell. It was a very strong bonding relationship that went on nearly 6 years. So, but at the same time, in fact, I had met Mel prior to meeting Dale. Mel was married.
Okay.
So that put some things, you got a husband. But as things would come to bear, and with my charming personality, she no longer wanted to hurt.
Okay. Look, I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. Both of them were at the church. Okay. And for several years, I kept the two situations away from each other. I saw Mel and I saw Dale every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it grew into uh, trying to love too. Um, Dale and I were very intimate, very intimate. We were very sexual. Um, we had a strong relationship because the closeness of what we did. If I had to speak somewhere, uh, she traveled with me. I don't travel alone. She traveled with me. Um, and I don't know what more you want to say about that. You might
Um,
want to you might want to know why I ended up marrying Melanie and not dealing with Daphne. Okay.
yeah.
Um, Several years ago, Dale was got pregnant. Okay. Uh, the baby was, and I don't know all these medical terms, all these women things, but she got pregnant outside of tubes or womb or whatever
Oh, okay.
tube,
Mm.
and it caused PT, whatever it is, one of them alphabetical things. Um,
Something
you know,
else.
yeah, one of them alphabetical things, and Dale became very possessive of me.
Oh.
Um, it became a situation where, and I have nothing negative to say about it. I love her to this day. Okay. But it became a fact uh, that if she saw a car in my house and she only lived, where I live at.
Mhm.
So she lived, uh, she lived in some apartments right up the street.
Okay.
Okay. She
Mm.
was also security for me as well. Uh, Secured a great big gun that she'd been trained in and licensed in. She was licensed to carry. She was also my bodyguard as as it would as it would be needed. And in this city, I needed it. So I guess she started coming around my house. If a car was at my house, she'd bang on my door, bang on my windows.
Mm.
I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with that. That was a situation where she got in one of her zones and she came to a local restaurant that I frequent, and I wasn't there. She was mad. Where you at? I told her I was at this particular place. She came up there with her weapon to go into the place where I was. The security type that they arrested her. It never came to court or nothing was dealt with because of various influences that I have. Uh, she was out of jail in a matter of hours and nothing became of it. But I had just gotten at my age, I can't deal with all of this female drama, even though I created the drama. I created it. Again, my charming personality. I created the drama, but I had to bring the drama to an end. And that's what we are on now.
Well, thank God you brought that drama to an end. And again, congratulations. Um,
Mm,
a
mm.
lot of people, I'm not going to go there, Thaddeus, but if you make me go there, I'll go
Okay.
there if you want me to, but I'm not. So I'm just really, really happy that all of that is part of the past. And what a story. I got the book and I read the book. Are you selling the book?
I've got to get some more copies made without an assistant. Dale was very important to what I do. I moved the studios to my house. Okay. That wasn't going to work with both of them in the house.
No.
Uh,
Oh.
you know, yeah.
Mm-mm.
But um, I've got to have some more copies. I've got so much on my plate that I just haven't gotten around to getting with a company and reproducing that particular book.
Well, let
So
me ask you
that,
this.
that in a matter of months, probably within the next 60 to 90 days, I will have the book back out.
Okay, okay. how do you manage to control anxiety and stress and with all the things that surround a Thaddeus Matthews? How do you keep it together? How do you seem like nothing bothers you?
Well, I can't outwardly let it bother me. I deal with a lot of situations, uh, but I have to persevere. I have to move on. And really, I'm the person that everybody comes to, but I ain't got nobody to go to. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying? So you learn to manage your situations. Uh, you learn that you have to take some time. And now I take time for myself. For 6 years, I I only left town for business. This year, I've taken 3 trips to Biloxi. I've been to Vegas. I might do something else before the end of the year. I have had to learn to care for me and just not give a damn about everybody else's problems, issues, and situations, and not allowing other people's problems to become my emergencies. So, how I deal with it is just deal with it. That's all I can say, babe. I have to deal with it. I can't give up because I understand that there are haters. I understand I have my enemies who sit there and they are waiting for my destruction, my fall. So I can't give them that satisfaction. So I just move on. And some days I don't know how I made it through that day myself. I get up at 5:30 in the morning and do a radio program. I'm in on 4 stations in Mississippi, one in here. I play the blues. That gives me a lot of solitude. That gives me a lot of therapy because that's how I started in this business.
Mhm.
Uh, 41 years ago, as a radio announcer, I started off as a gospel announcer. I was put into a position where I had to become a blues announcer because the person that I had playing for the Blues quit because I didn't have no money to pay him. So I had to become the blues announcer. Then I forever did talk shows. So I do it all, and I find that radio is my medium for relaxation. I'm comfortable doing stuff like this. I'm in my box. I'm in my zone, and you can't destroy me. You can't hurt me in my box. You know, uh, and I'm nicer with you than I normally am with an interview. But us is us.
Awesome. Awesome. A lot of people don't know that you really are a big old daddy bear. You are the daddy bear.
Yeah,
I have to hide your cup though. I can't drink out of it sometimes because it might show how much I care.
well,
But
you know I care for you. I always have cared for you. You can't drink out of the Thaddeus Matthews Daddy Bear cup.
yes, I can. Yeah, I can. Don't go off there.
It's it's such a beautiful
Oh,
cup.
wow. That's the new one. See, I got the original one.
You sure do. I
Mhm.
don't even know what the original cup looks like anymore.
I have to show it to you. I'll take a picture and send it to you. But
Okay.
moving right along, I know that you are running for, or were considering running for mayor. Are
Mhm.
you are you still going to run?
There's some ifs, ands, and buts about that. I threw my name out there as a potential candidate. And I'm the guy that's running for office that has the Trump mentality. I don't give a damn whether I win. No, no, I
Mhm,
don't need it as
mhm.
a job. The mayor only makes $117,000 a year. Everybody makes more money than the mayor does. But I think that there are some issues out there that nobody is going to speak on but me.
Mhm.
Nobody owns me. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just Thaddeus. I'm independent in my thinking. But, excuse me, yeah, dude. What I have found out in that is that there are people who said, Thaddeus, you need to run. but you will not openly support me. I can't be seen, though, man, as openly supporting you. And there's more
Hmm.
to running a successful political campaign than yourself. You've got to have people around you. My issue has been people around me. The one thing that I have going into a race, or if I go into a race, is the name recognition. A lot of people that run for office got to get name recognition. There is nobody in Memphis, Tennessee that has not heard the name Thaddeus Matthews, good, bad, or indifferent. Whether you like me or not, the name is out there. But I'm not foolish enough to try to put thousands of dollars in place to try to run for office. In the church arena, before Dale left, I tried to figure out in 5 years how much money I personally spent because I didn't get a salary from the church. I fed a whole lot of folks. I made sure their Christmases were all right. I buried a whole lot of folks, but all of that came out of my pocket.
Mm.
And when she told me I had spent $504,000 of my money, I said, "Now, Lord, we got to take a break. We got to take a break."
I hear the song, Rescue Me.
yeah, Lord. And that's what I had to do. I had to take a break because I was so into this church thing and wanting it to be so successful that I had spent money that I had accumulated over the years from various businesses that I had. And I found myself financially disabled. I gave up a 3,000 square foot house to what I live in now. I gave up one of my luxury cars for another car, which I got carjacked in about a month ago. I done bought a pickup truck. So here I am. Here I am. I'm who I am. And in running for office, it might be some cussing going on because there's some cussable situations. When we look at the crime in this community and we look at these no good ass politicians that we have, and I'm talking about the black ones. The black ones don't care. You're the majority on the city council. You're the majority on the county commission. We had a black mayor for 20 plus years, and black folk are still in the same condition that they were in 40 years ago. Something is wrong. So I'm of the mentality now, hell, we can't vote for some of these good Negroes no more because that's all they are. They're good token Negroes that do the white man's bidding, and they put on the facade that they give a damn about black folk when they really don't. So at this point, I don't know whether I'm going to run or not. I'm hoping that some other doors and what I do professionally, and I've been doing it for 41 years, I hope those doors open up. In fact, I'm on my way to Atlanta on Tuesday for
For the audition.
Yeah.
For the audition, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't know if I make it or not, but I believe I can. I've been an entertainer for 41 years. And I call what I do entertainment. And one of the things that people have a problem with is they can't separate
the two
entertainment from the pastor. And that becomes an issue because I've been Thaddeus Matthews, the host of the Thaddeus Matthews Show, the most controversial show on the planet for all these years. Then all of a sudden, I become the cussing pastor, or I become a pastor. I become a person that gives spiritual information, and I didn't say religious. I gave spiritual information. I talk about God, and people can't sometimes separate who I am, which becomes their problem, not mine.
Well, I know for a fact the difference between the two. I used to always tell folks, "Oh, that's a character. What are you talking about? Thaddeus is not me. Y'all just don't know Thaddeus. Thaddeus is sweet. I call him
Yes, I am mean, y'all. I am mean.
I know you can be mean. Why you think I'm Delia Cohen? You think
And not Delia Matthews.
you called that one, huh?
Yeah, I called that one. But I was never mean to you, Delia.
Yeah.
You're one of the few people that I could talk to.
Never mean to me.
I could be real with you. And one of the things that I find, Delia, is that people will say what they think you want to hear. And I need somebody that's real with me. Okay? Somebody says, hey man, that ain't it. You know,
no wonder you like me.
that ain't it. You're out of character. You know, you're wrong for that. That's what I need to hear. And a lot of times I don't get people that'll come up to me and just say, you're wrong for that. You know, I do my music thing. One of my songs I wrote at your house. I'm your fatty bear baby. I played that the other morning on the radio. Many people have never heard that. You know, I said, well, hell, I play everybody else's stuff. I think I will play me sometime. But, you know, I'm just who I am. You know, I was born April 1st, 1957. So I got papers that say I can be a fool if I want to. But I'm just who I am. I've always been who I am. I've always spoke my mind. You know, I'm so blunt you can roll me up and smoke me. I just say, you know, I just say how I feel. I don't owe nobody no explanation. God has been good to me. I have not worked on nobody's job in 41 years. I is free now. Okay.
You've been free.
You are a free black man. You can say to black folk, you can say to white folk, whatever you think is factual. You can say it because you're free. You know the truth, and the truth makes you free. So I'm free because I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think and don't give a damn whether you like it or not. But you know, I always stayed in my place. I stayed meek and humble around you.
Oh boy, that was that anointing keeping us both together. Because I think when you rescued me, you know you rescued me from a dark place, and I just saw you go from level to level to level. Yes.
I was trying to remember how I rescued you, and then
I'll call you. I'll call you. That's for another show. I'll call you.
Yeah.
On today, I have a legendary musical director right here with us, and he is a part of Memphis Matters. We talked about your song, and you have with us, just listening in, he's on my team. His name is Don Wyatt, and he just got back off of the road with Tevin Campbell. He is a musical director for folks like Anita Baker for 10 years. So I'm gonna find your music and play it, and let's see what he'll do with it to edit it for our show. How you feel, Thaddeus?
That's fine. And if you ain't got no copies of it, I'll send it to you.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I put that one to another one called a friend of mine, Terry Wright, the blues singer. I don't know whether you know him or not.
Terry Wright? Did he write a Give Me What You Got for a Pork Chop?
No. That's that non-singing ass Marcella's the Marquis of Soul. No, I don't mess with him because see, I made his music when his first record came out. He came to me and I played it. Now when he has events and stuff, he gives all of his advertising dollars to the white man. So I told him I don't with you no more. Okay, you spend your money with who you want to, but remember who made your record. No, Terry Wright wrote a thing called I Lost My Good Thing. So I got to playing around with that. And I had a young lady, I said, mess with this. And I did a song called I Done Found My Good Thing.
Mm.
off of the same melody, different lyrics all together. I did that. I wrote, well, Dale wrote a song. I had a young lady in the church uh, who was a victim of sexual abuse. And it was her mama's fault. Her mama knew that her preacher boyfriend was sexually abusing her daughter. The daughter wrote a whole essay about what the man was doing and how, when the mom left home in the morning, how the man would come into her bedroom, get in her bed, how he would have semen all over her legs.
Oh
And she
my Lord.
Goodness.
about it. And I recorded a song called "It's Not Your Fault." Okay, and then I got another song.
Send us the music.
Yeah, I'll send you. I'll just send you the music.
Can I introduce Don real quick? Hey Don, how you doing today?
Hey, y'all. Hey, Dee Dee. You're looking beautiful as ever.
How is Los
I love it.
Angeles
How
treating
you
you
doing,
today?
sir? LA
I'm
is
doing
cool.
fine.
It's overcast as usual, and I just got back from Chicago, so it's not as cold to me anymore.
Oh, really? Is it
You know,
cold?
Chicago was like 39 when I left the
Okay.
other day, but today
Well,
it's
like I
probably
said,
60.
excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
But
sir.
like I said,
I really enjoy hearing your story. I just came in on the tail end of it, and you're a remarkable man. I could tell you're in the Memphis area. Is that correct?
Well, I would like to think that I'm remarkable. Now, I'll have some people that will totally disagree uh, with that statement, but I've been around
Yeah.
so long, you know,
Yeah.
uh, so long, and I've done so many things here in the city. So I would like to think that some of the things that I've done will leave uh, a mark on my legacy when I ain't here no more.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, my family's from Orange Mound. My mother's from Memphis. I went
Okay.
to Melrose
Oh, okay.
years ago,
he's being
and
quite humble.
Beverly Hills, and Beverly Hills. So
Yeah.
Memphis and Beverly Hills mixed together.
Yay.
So
Yeah.
you're in Beverly Hills now.
No, but I went to Beverly Hills. I went to high school and everything in Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
My mother is a music teacher, so we were able to go to school in Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His mother, excuse me, his mother is a musical extraordinaire. And his
Thank you.
father has been on shows like the Smother Brothers. His father is music, entertainment. You know, what I found that my friends out in LA have all been kind of privy to the entertainment world because they were born into it, like the Waters. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The Waters have been over how many billion sales, you know, and all of you all, and I'm incorporating this documentary to highlight those people who mean a lot to me and who are legends. And Thaddeus Matthews is one of the most phenomenal men that I have met in radio and as a friend. And so therefore I wanted to highlight him on this day and introduce you all because he has music that you may be able to work with and put your pizzazz on it like you do on Memphis Matters with Dee Dee Cohen. Once again, audience, this is a live recording and we're on the radio as we speak. So we're on the radio. So Thaddeus, I want to thank you so much for not only being my guest today, but also being my friend. And is there anything else you want to share with us today? Because a lot of people have not seen this side of you. And it's one that I'm privileged to see all the time.
Delia, you know, I'm 64 years old. I know I'm looking. But I'm 64 years old and I still have dreams, goals, and ambitions. Uh, like going out to Atlanta next week, it's, I don't know what becomes of it. I don't know what God has in store for me, but I know that I was born to be great. Okay, that much I know. 64 years ago, who names a baby boy Thaddeus? Okay, my
Mhm.
great grandmama named me Thaddeus Augustus Matthews because they saw the potential that I lose. Okay, they saw the potential of greatness. I know, and God has always told me that my mission has not been met as of yet. The cussing pastor, which I did not create, opened the doors. I've been on national TV shows, national radio shows. I've been the point of conversation. I went viral many times because of the misunderstanding of what the cussing pastor is all about. Oh, I got a rap tune too. I have to remind. See, I got so much stuff I did digging. But I asked God one day, who is the cussing pastor?
Hmm.
You're misunderstood by thousands. I was reading a thing on me the other day with 52,000 comments where I appeared on
52,000?
52,000 comments when I appeared on the Jason Lee show. And the homosexual, the LBTG, XYZ, whatever the correct alphabets are. I get messed up with these alphabets. No disrespect. There were some people that wanted to attack me on his show, and it was a setup. They even cut the mic off of me. Um, there were many people who did not understand what the cussing pastor is and why the cussing pastor is here. And again, I had to ask God because I had to get a clear understanding. And he reminded me of the men that was on the boat, them fishermen,
Mm-hmm.
and they went to cast their nets in the sea where they was always fishing at, and they didn't catch no fish. And Jesus came along and he said, cast your nets on the other side. Same boat, same net, same fish in the sea. When they went to the other side, the net filled up. I said, okay, now you done gave me the story. He said, what we find is that the traditional church, the denominational church, is only casting their nets on one side. You're going after folk that's already religionized. They're already in the denominations. What about the gambler? What about the folk that don't go to church? And then he gave it to me. He said, you can't catch fish without a bait. The cussing is the bait. People come to see, who is this madman that's cussing and calls himself the cussing pastor? Then he summed it up, says, you can't clean a fish until you catch him. That's who the cussing pastor is. The cussing,
Oh,
huh?
awesome, man.
You can't deal with people. I get inboxes of people all around the world who don't go to nobody's church. Ain't gonna go hear no TD Jakes, Morton, ain't gonna who the Shears, Bishop, ain't gonna go there. They've been hurt in the church, and they are listening for somebody who says, "Yes, I'll have me a drink." Didn't Jesus turn from water into wine? Yes, and he didn't tell you not to drink. He said, "Don't be giving them much. Don't get drunk." Yes, okay. I talk to the people who are lonely, who are depressed, who are ready to give up on their life because there's nobody to talk to. I tell people, yes, in my life, I have been a womanizer. In fact, it's the correct vernacular for it. I was a hoe in my young days. Oh, yeah, I've been there. And the same God that can change my life and turn me
Man.
around
Amen.
can do it for anybody else's life. And there are so many young men and so many young people that are lost. And
Yes.
that's what when I talk about crime, I tell parents, it's your fault. You didn't raise them. You allowed them to raise you. You got with the white man's understanding and his doctrine, don't whoop your child. My mom whooped my ass. If I hadn't had some of them whoopings, I'd probably be in the penitentiary too. And isn't it strange that when you are born, the doctor holds you up, smacks you on your ass to give you life, and you refuse to smack him on his ass to keep him alive. And this is the reason that we've got the problem with our young people. It's our parents. And we don't have preachers. Preachers keep on telling you that same old story about by and by when the morning comes. No. Jesus did not come for you to die. The word says, I am come. That be him, and that be one of his names. I am come that ye may have life
Life
and have
abundantly.
it more abundantly. Being broke, poor, and impoverished is against the will of God. Because if you say that God is your father, you ought to have his DNA. And God ain't never been late on his child support. So why is it that we as folk who are believers, not Christians, but people who are believers in the God, whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Jehovah, whatever you call him, why is it that we find ourselves in this impoverished state when Jesus said, I made everything for you? Why you keep on talking about on Sunday morning, he got cattle on 1,000 hills and you can't go get no steak like I'm gonna go get when I get off of here? But anyway, I ain't gonna preach.
They need to throw their nets on the other side of the boat.
On the other side. You know,
I love that.
The black
I
church
love that.
has kept black people in a box. You want to think that that white boy with them blue eyes and that blonde hair is Jesus. When you do your research, you find out that his name is Caesar Borgia, who was the gay lover of Michelangelo, or who painted the picture. And white folk kept that part from us that said he got hair like lamb's wool and feet like polished brass and eyes like balls of fire, because the slaves would have thought then that this person who you want me to worship is me. And in the book of Psalms, it tells us that we are gods, small g gods, we're junior gods, but we will not, as gods, perform the miracles in our lives that we need to make. Dear, I didn't mean to take all that time.
Thank you so much for blessing us with that. That's the truth. That is the truth. And that's how I heard it. Again, thank you so much. And for allowing the Holy Spirit to come on out. It is real, y'all. Thaddeus Matthew may be the cousin pastor, but he's one of the pastors that I know that will go to the streets and help others, who raise money to help others, who bury folks, who feed folks, who give turkeys out. I know a lot of churches do that, but not like Thaddeus. And so I can't do nothing but applaud him and thank him. I don't want to call him the cousin pastor. I want to call him Daddy Bear. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I think when that name came into, I started using that name. We knew each other back in the, and I didn't like that name at first. A lady started calling me Daddy Bear, Daddy Bear, and I started using it on the air, and it sticks. It sticks even until today. I'm your teddy bear, baby. I'm your teddy bear. Yeah. I'm gonna send you all the music too.
All right, all right. And once again, thank you, Mr. Don Wyatt, for joining us on today.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. I know you enjoyed this with Thaddeus. He's awesome. Well,
I've
all
heard of
right,
you
you
too,
guys.
man. You're the bomb. You're the bomb.
This is Thaddeus Matthews, aka the Cussing Pastor, and you're listening to the one and only Do You Coin on Memphis Matters.